All right, hello everyone, and welcome to another one of Annie's replay casts. We're going to have match number 286-387-6949 for you today, submitted by James Smallridge. Looks like it's going to be an action-packed match, not a short one, but definitely going to be a good one here. On the Dire side, we are going to have Kunkka being played by Zafkiel. Sven is going to be played by Joker. Legion Commander, Love Easy. Pudge is going to be played by Mick Cackles. And finally, Arlena, Miss Sailor Hat. On the side of the Radiant, we are going to have Half Mask playing the Treant Protector. Sika Bliet on the Nature's Prophet. Our Alchemist is going to be somewhere around here. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are. Riff Raff on the Alchemist. Brewmaster is going to be over here at the spot of our first blood where Pudge was knocked down. Team Lannister on the Storm Spirit running for his life. That got vicious real quick. Looks like Storm Spirit could have been taken out, but does prevail and does score first blood for his team. So our little Storm Spirit's going to go Shrine up. Of course, the addition of the Shrines in 7.0 make this a lot easier to do. He's just going to go heal himself, and Sika Bliet can get some more Treants for himself and heal back up to full mana. So definitely making the laning phase a little bit more stable. Now, Treant Protector, a hero that caught a couple of tweaks in this patch, most notably the Nature's Guise, is now much different. It is a passive ability. He gets to sit in the trees, and whenever leaving the trees, gets to bash his victim. So that's pretty neat. Down in the bottom, Riff Raff on the Alchemist, the safe lane Alchemist, I might add, is having a pretty decent time here. He's just going to be able to get up in the wave, not facing a whole lot of harass from the Sven, as he does have his Treant Protector right here. So we'll see if he's able to last hit more efficiently than 0-0 in the next couple of minutes. Back in the mid, it is going to be Mr. Cackles versus Team Lannister. So Storm Spirit versus Pudge should favor the Storm Spirit. I mean, he's going to have a little bit of an edge when it comes to harassing. You can see here just the right clicks really putting Pudge in his place. A couple of nice hooks can change things around, but at this point in the game, Pudge, already one kill down to the Storm Spirit, is not going to be getting too aggressive against Team Lannister. Alright, here Tree just sitting back, chilling. You've got your Kunkka, who looks like is trying to go for at least a couple of last hits. There's going to be the war cry from the Sven, given a little bit of extra armor, but again, just all in the name of harass, getting Sven his farm, while Alchemist continues to really struggle here. He's going to be sitting at 2-0, as opposed to our Sven's 8-1. Up in this top lane, we are going to have our Lena versus our Brewmaster. So off lane Lena, well, technically safe lane, but she's going to be solo. Up here, Miss Sailor Hat having a nice little lane to herself in terms of last hit. She's 4-1. The Brewmaster going to be outdoing her a little bit at 9-2 right now. So Artificer getting a bit more out of the solo lane down bottom. Everyone getting nice and cozy here, but Tree just sitting there giving some vision, soaking up some of that experience for Alchemist. You'd like Tree to just be popping out a little bit more harass, maybe going and trying to stack some of the camps to get Alchemist a little bit more secure farm. But the creep equilibrium is pretty good down in this bottom lane for the Radiant side. Mr. Cackles here has 2 points in the hook. He'd really like to go for a kill on Team Lannister, but at this point, the Storm Spirit is just too vile. You really can't get on top of him here. So Mr. Cackles just has to focus on his own farm. He's 7-0 versus the Storm Spirit's 8-3, so not too much of a disadvantage there. Usually Storm Spirits have a marked last hit advantage at this point. There's going to be a torrent here, not going to connect onto Riff Raff. He's just walking around, getting some good experience here. He is going to be just over level 3. Treant Protector, similar story. Pretty much everyone sitting at level 3 across the board. We've got some level 4s here on our solo laners, but for a dual on dual lane, this is pretty typical. So back to net worth, rather last hits. Our Legion Commander, a Jungle Legion Commander on the Dire side, doing very, very well for herself. Just sitting back 18-0 in terms of last hit. She's already got herself an Iron Talon and has her Boots of Speed ready to go. It looks like she will be picking up a Hand of Midas right at the start of the game. That is a tricky little Legion build. I would have thought with the Gloves of Haste it was just going to be straight into Power Treads, but looks like Midas will be the play. Legion Commander expecting this game to be a long one. So Lena continuing to farm up. Looks like she is going to fly herself in a Null Tally, just getting a little bit more out of her early stats. Good pickup for Alina that would like to be able to transition into more of a carry role rather than support. Not going to be forced into those Arcanes or the Soul Ring or whatever Lena typically goes for when she's crammed into that position 5 support position. So we'll see what's going to be going down. For now, a relatively passive phase. There was that first blood on the Pudge over here near this bounty rune, but no action really since then. We are going to have a gank coming up as Mr. Cackles might be looking for a hook. It's already level 3. Would love to latch onto that Lena, but she's staying properly behind the creep wave. Pudge is now going to reveal himself to the Brewmaster. Pudge does not have his dismember as he is going to be only level 5. But there he goes with that hook. Going to be able to pick up a kill on the Brewmaster and bring himself back to a 1-1 kill score. Towards the mid lane, Storm Spirit now at level 6 is going to be having a fun time here. Could go try to rope in the Kunkka with a little bit of ball lightning whenever he feels like it. But Kunkka right now just getting the most out of a little bit of free farm going his way. Lands a nice deny there, and another Kunkka. 7-4 for a support Kunkka. He's definitely getting what he needs to out of the laning phase. Alright, so again, a bit of a slow start. Our Alchemist starting to work his way up in the world. Still not doing fantastically in terms of last hit. 16-2. Compare that to the Sven's 22-3. So not quite getting that much out of it. But with the Gravel's Greed, Alchemist's net worth should continue to be on the top of the charts as we progress later into this game. Alright, back towards the mid. Pudge just maybe thinking about going in and continuing his farm up. Kunkka going to rotate away from the mid lane back into the bottom lane. Treant Protector, his own kind are getting victimized here. Again, Sven with the Quelling Blade has been doing a really nice job just trying to cut down as many trees as possible to make it difficult for the Treant Protector to sit right next to the Alchemist, invis, and ready to strike if there is action going down bottom. So good use of the Sven's Quelling Blade. Kunkka as well helping out with a Quelling Blade of his own. They're really doing their best to clear out these trees, and you can already see Half Mask getting a little bit salty in the alt chat. These are his people. There we go, a little bit of a stun there, but nothing that our Kunkka can't handle. Alchemist playing this really passively, definitely afraid of a Stormhammer. It's only level 1, but with a follow-up from Kunkka in the form of an X-Torrent, there is a lot of potential damage here in the bottom lane on the dire side. Alright, so Team Lannister getting a little bit of free time in lane as Pudge has rotated up top, maybe looking for a quick kill, does not find it. It's going to be going back in, no runes for you. Bottom lane in. Looks like we are going to have some sort of initiation as Artificer comes in. There's a Stormhammer connecting onto 2. Torrent going to connect on only the Alchemist, and now there's going to be the ground pound. Joker does not want to deal with all this damage coming out. The Panda split comes in. They are able to latch the rock onto the Sven. He's going to go ahead and Warcry himself, trying to get himself a little bit of movement speed, trying to get away. Can he do it? Turns back with one more Stormhammer. One more hit is not enough to get the job done. Another Torrent just holds one of the Pandas back in place. The Pandas reconnect. Artificer with one more swing of his staff gets the kill onto the Sven finally. He's going to be X'd back. Doesn't really know how to get out of this one, but Nature's Prophet going to help out, throwing out the ult there, and it looks like our Brewmaster will be able to get away safely. Pudge, though, coming back into lane, channeling his Dismember onto the Pudge. Alchemist with the self-stun is going to just kind of kill himself there. Pudge brings out too much damage with his ultimate, so in the end, it is going to be a big old lane trade, 1-for-1, losing the Alchemist for the Sven. I think that still does play out pretty well for our Radiant team, as it was Brewmaster who had a difficult lane up top that was able to get the credit for that kill. Meanwhile, with Brewmaster being gone, Lena getting a little bit of free time in lane. She's already picked herself up some arcane boots. Should be flying herself in her little null tally at some point, but yeah, she's taking care of it. Now Alchemist channeling up a stun. They'd sure like to go into Joker. It's a short channeled stun. Now they have Half Mask coming in. He was too far from the tree, so he doesn't get the bash. He turns and lands a stun onto the Treant. Joker's just going to be wandering himself away, has a little bit of a thunderclap still on him, but can definitely deal with this harass. In fact, maybe looking to turn things onto our Treant Protector after all. Team Lannister gets the most out of a regen rune, just going to be filling up his mana right back to full. McKeckle's going to be sitting here in the trees. He could go for a hook. He has the Dismember ready. Now this Pudge 2-1 has made really effective rotations around the map after a somewhat unfortunate first blood. There we go, another short-range stun right onto that Treant Protector. There's going to be a Torrent to lock him in place, and X as well, making sure he does not go too far. Alchemist stun channeled up onto Joker. Now, Wrath of Nature doing some serious work, and Half Mask is able to go escape into the trees here. So our Prophet that's just kind of been doodling around in the jungle, having a big impact here with his early ults. Sven picked up the Ogre Club, so it looks like we could be moving into either a really early BKB, which is unlikely, or is just going to be that Echo Saber. Legion Commander up in the top lane now takes a little bit of lane farm for herself as Lina has had a successful run already. She's going to worm her way back into the jungle, and there's her finished Midas. 9 minutes in on top of brown boots. It's not the most perfectly timed Midas I've ever seen, but that is certainly going to help her scale into this mid game. Keep up with the Nature's Prophet, who himself is a greedy jungler and already has his Midas. No boots though, so Legion's still going to be doing well in that regard. Joker going to be taking a couple bashes, a couple stuns, but again, not much he can't walk away from. The War Cry, just the value 1 point, has been doing a lot to help him out here. Alright, so we've got our laning phase pretty well underway. 10 minutes in, let's switch over to our net worth. It's going to be our Storm Spirit on the top of the charts. Just that one kill he got earlier and some really smart time in lane, some really smart farm. He's having a great time here. Speaking of great times, looks like our Brewmaster might not be having such a great time. He's going to go ahead and dodge out that X marks the spot by popping into his primal form, but is that really the best use of his ultimate? Well, it seems like it saved his life there, but he won't be able to get anything out of it in return. Even with the rotation of the Storm Spirit up top, it looks unlikely that they'll be able to find a kill here. There is a stun onto the Lina. Storm Spirit coming up from under the river, but looks like he's content just going for a couple creeps and sitting back, getting some of that experience. There are 4 heroes up in this top lane now, so definitely a dangerous place for this Dire team. Only Sven remains in the bottom lane. Team Lannister's going to go ahead and get himself stunned up. Love Easy would love to go for a duel here. There's going to be a little bit of ball lightning away. Can they go in for the hook? They are able to get the Brewmaster. Better than nothing here. A nice early duel. Do they have the damage to finish it off? There we go. The Laguna Blade seals the deal. And Love Easy ends up with that first +10 damage. Meanwhile, down bottom, Radiant taking an opportunity to push the lane. Sika Bliat leaves the jungle and hops into our bottom lane. Will secure the first tower of the game, going down in favor of the Radiant. There will be a TP in. Joker going to get sprouted up. You've got a Quelling play, but there we go. There's the roots. He's just going to be victimized here, and there's nothing he can do about it. Sven TP'd into the wrong place at the wrong time, and Sika Bliat has something to say out of that. 3 heroes sharing the bounty for that kill. 158 gold each. Nice little bump for a Treant Protector, who now picks up his arcane boots. Back here, Storm Spirit, lucky to escape that gank up top. Unfortunately, his Brewmaster bears the weight of that. It's going to be 3-3 now overall kill score. Seems like, 11 minutes in. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit till we get more towards that mid-game. Just going to be moving a little bit faster. TP up here. Lina still doing her best to clear the lanes. She's going to be picking herself up, looks like a nice little Ether Lens, so she's able to go ahead and cast her Laguna Blade, Dragon Slave, whatever she wants from quite far away. Storm Spirit, his item progression is looking pretty good as well. Typical Bloodstone for him. Not going to be changing things up too much. Net worth now, our Nature's Prophet at the top of the charts after a really nice push down bottom. Really getting a lot out of that Midas and picks up a really early Vlad's. Not something you'd expect out of the Prophet here, especially when you do have your Brewmaster up top. Now Alchemist, he's coming in. They're chopping him up. Pudge is going to get Yuled up into the air, just sitting there. The Earth Panda, Wind Panda, whatever the fuck it is doing its job. There's still going to be some pressure exerted here onto the top, but Legion Commander making things difficult. Long range stun comes onto the Legion, but she's able to deal with it quite well. She's got her Midas off cooldown. She'll go ahead and grab up a creep. Now there's going to be a rotation up from Team Lannister. Storm Spirit moving in. We're going to have Legion just farming up, going into the jungle. Little to no half mask is right here around. They're going to go for a hook. They will be able to find it. Is there going to be a bash before they can go for the dismember? It looks like Pudge will be able to do what he can to try to get his paws on some gold this game, but looks like a boat coming in. The Kunkka trying to get something done. Doesn't connect onto any Radiant heroes. This is a very drawn-out fight. It looks like they might finally find some fruit. Team Lannister, they're going to be running away. Alchemist channeling up a stun is going to connect onto both Legion and Sven. Now Treant Protector going to root just to try to buy himself some time. Looks like Storm Spirit coming back up from the river. Might be able to find some remains of heroes here in the top. Long range stun onto Joker. His God Strength is going to end, but he's still walking away. He has his War Cry up in 1 second if necessary. So very long, very drawn out fight. In the end, the only thing that goes down is Kunkka losing his life in that river. There's going to be the Drunken Haze popped onto the Legion. She can't hit a whole lot of anything here. It's going to be trapped up. Not going to be able to Iron Talon her way out of this one. They're going to move Storm Spirit forward, grabs up the Legion, and they will be able to find a kill there. Nice work from Artificer on the Brewmaster, snapping that one up from himself, making the score now 2-2-1. That's going to make him a little bit more in the green as far as this goes. His net worth is still going to be not exactly ideal, sitting at the bottom of the charts with the rest of the supports, but this is looking pretty good for the Radiant right now. Overall, they were able to find 2 kills in that very drawn-out top fight. Meanwhile, Kunkka getting some nice farm for himself down bottom. He's going to be picking himself the rest of the drums. So he's going to fly that in and have a little bit more sustain in these fights, a little bit more move speed if necessary. It'll help buff up his Sven, but Dire, they definitely need to pace themselves a little bit. They don't want to take very greedy fights too early on. Again, they've got a Sven, they've got a Legion. There's really no reason to try to hurry things up too much. Pudge thinking about a hook onto Alchemist. Not going to go for the hook, instead just going straight in for the Dismember, and they are able to secure another duel victory for the Legion Commander. Now 20 plus damage for her, and that kill on the Pudge is pretty crucial. Gives a lot of space to the Radiant team just to go and do whatever they like. Storm Spirit with that space being made down bottom, just having some fun focusing on mid. Nature's Prophet still working his way around into the jungle. He's going to be picking himself up a Desolator up next. Now Joker going to get slowed, half mask moving forward, but not going to be able to find the kill. In fact, this is going to get to be a bloody fight. Let's slow things down just a little bit here. Nope, not that much. That's too much. All right, here we go. Back to single speed. The wrap around here, the Treant Protector, he's sitting back, but it doesn't look like any of the Dire heroes have vision for him. So he's just going to be creeping around right under their noses. My goodness, if they tried like a smoke here, they would be thoroughly disappointed. Legion Commander going to be showing off her shiny new Shadow Blade. Just moving forward, maybe trying to get a nice sneaky duel onto the Alch. She is able to do so. Do they have the damage? Looks like Pudge with the Rot contributing will help out the Legion secure now 34 duel damage. That's starting to add up real early on to the game. We're less than 20 minutes in, and she is hitting quite hard. Treant, again, still sitting back, just going to be living armoring himself. Maybe trying to initiate onto Joker. Trees are going to get cut down. Treant Protector now revealed. Is he going to get punished here? Lena certainly scouts him out. Going to be going in, popping the Leech Tea, but Mr. Cackles trying to get something accomplished. They really could use a Dust or a Sentry or something. It's not that expensive and would 100% net them a kill on this Treant, who's been playing crazy cocky all game. Speaking of crazy cocky, with everyone being distracted down bottom, there's going to be a Fortify and a TP in from the Sven to defend Nature's Prophet from pushing down at this tier 2 tower too early on. Punch comes in. Torn not going to connect onto our Treant. Brewmaster, he's thinking about going in. He has his Primal Split back at the ready again. All of Dire now wadded up very tightly, not wanting to get caught off guard by a Wandering Storm Spirit. There we go. Pudge thinking about a hook. Can he actually connect onto Team Lannister? Looks to be a little bit out of range. He's going to walk back in frustration. Joker moving in from the top lane. Again, Dire, they're playing their side of the map very well. They're never really quite being caught too separated, but Radiant, they're playing a very different style, which is alright. We see Dire clumped up mid lane. We don't want to take them on at all. Let's just go do our own thing elsewhere on the map. And now it looks like Dire, they gotta try to go and rotate and prevent the tower pushing in. It's a little too early to be losing tier 2 structures, especially with shrines being as important as they are. Team Lannister just wandering into some enemy territory, showing off his Lincoln Sphere, completed before finishing off his Bloodstone. Again, just preventing against duels, against Sven stuns, against Pudge dismembers. Definitely a good thing to have on your person, and I like this adaptability from a Storm Spirit. We don't often see him deviating from that pretty typical build, and right there, again, preventing against the dismember, and absolutely saves his life. We're trying to think about going in on this Kunkka here. We've got Artificer coming forward. Lands that little bash and just going to be zipping him on in. But now Sven dealing with the Treant Protector on the backside. Lena going to be moving forward. There's going to be a root connecting onto Toot. Is there any more damage to finish anyone off? Mrs. Sailor Hat getting focused, but it looks like the range might be an issue. There we go with another zip forward. Storm Spirit budgeting his mana well. Will secure another kill onto the Lena. So it looks like Radiant, they're continuing to secure themselves a slow but steady advantage. I say that, though, as Nature's Prophet may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, feeding Legion Commander yet another duel. Does manage to take out the bottom of tier 2 tower and does a significant amount of damage to the tier 3. Not going to be able to take it down this wave. The creeps are otherwise occupied going against the Legion, but definitely going to be some Radiant tower advantage moving forward. Alchemist able to secure the top tower for himself, and with the greed, that feels good. That is a lot of gold pouring in for him. Surprised he's not further up on the net worth chart here, as he has really chosen to prioritize the Greeble's Greed. His farm, though, a little bit slow. He has his Armlet, but not really anything on top of that. At 20 minutes in the game, you'd expect Armlet Radiance, or Armlet into an Octarine, or Armlet Manta, or something a little bit more sizable than really just Armlet. So now Treant Protector hanging it down again. This is pretty risky for Team Lannister, though, if he wants to go in. Treant just going to go bash under tower, but hoping to crawl his way back into the safety of the grove of trees. Pudge's hook going to be slightly off the mark. And that's going to ensure the end of the duel right there. And speaking of duels, Legion Commander, she's ready with her Shadow Blade. Has her duel ready. Again, almost 50 extra damage for her at 21 minutes in. Definitely on par with where a Legion needs to be. But is it really enough? It seems like her Sven slowing things down a little bit. Again, 21 minutes in the game, only having an Echo Saber and Treads. It's certainly not ideal. Now, blink away from our Brewmaster, who poked his head and found way too many dire heroes waiting for him. So luckily, was able to react quick enough to get out of there. Still surprised that there's no vision right now for the Dire squad. Again, it seems like the Treant is this ever-present brat. Lena has picked up some dusts, but she's sitting pretty far back and won't be able to scout him out on his initial move into the lane. Now, Dismember down bottom might be able to secure the kill onto the Nature's Prophet. Just going to go ahead and sprout himself out of there, and he is able to get away safely. Now, Mr. Keckles might have his free pickings onto the Panda, but oh, there we go. The all-chat question mark as Pudge may very well end up going down. He does get the suicide off. It looks like Legion Commander may not be so lucky. She's super low and does end up going down. There's a dual victory onto the Storm Spirit as she tried dueling with her very last breath. Now the rest of the Dire are moving in. This is a dangerous spot for Alchemist to be in. He's stunned up. He's got his stun channeling, is able to get it off, but the boat will help finish him off. Jebaited calls out in the all chat, but how jebaited is it if you lose your Alchemist and your Brewmaster just for the life of the Nature's Prophet? Team Lannister in some serious trouble as well. Stormhammer going to be popping the Lincolns. Is he going to be able to zip far enough away here? Joker, he's moving fast. He's going to be picking up a little bit more mana there from his Lena, but can they actually catch up to this? The Axe is on cooldown. The Torrent, will it be in range? There we go. The Stormhammer going to proc the Lincolns, but it makes enough time for the Torrent to latch. Team Lannister trying to run, will not be able to do so. They may lose the Kunkka here to the Treant Protector, but losing the Storm Spirit there at such a crucial time in his build is really unfortunate. Meanwhile, we're going to have top lane being pushed in pretty sizably. TP back from the Legion Commander, going to be able to take out some of these Treants, but still working around. Our little rat boy having some fun, but it's going to walk right into Mr. Keckles. It's going to be dismembered up. I don't think it's enough damage to finish him off. Once again, going in for the Sprout. This time will not be successful in the TP, as a hook from the Pudge will drag him out of his little safety nest. Legion Commander looks like she's going in for an MKB now, wanting to make sure that mischance is not an issue moving forward into this game. Mini bash as well, pretty nice. The all-chat banter seems quite friendly. Alright, so things slowing down a little bit. Again, we are pretty deep into the mid-game now, 23 minutes in. Our Nature's Prophet, although he is dead, is still at the top of the charts, having a Desolator and a Maelstrom completed after a very early Midas Vlad's. Not typical, especially when you got a Panda, but I think our Panda's going to be transitioning into more of that soft support role. He's not really a carry, he's not really a support, he's just going to be mobile, he's going to be a nice initiator, he's going to be another body in the fight that's able to contribute some damage and some control. Legion Commander going in, a nice duel in the Nature's Prophet would be nice, but he's got some serious damage to his name. How's this going to work out for the Legion? Looks like Legion will get the better of the engage. Now 66 duel victories, or rather duel damage to her name. That's going to be nice, but Team Lannister has something to say about that. With duel down, there's not a whole lot the Legion can do to save her life. She's going to go in, drop the arrows, try to heal herself up. Now Team Lannister could be on the defensive here. He's going to go and try to zip himself away, but Love Easy definitely outplays the Storm Spirit there. Storms thought he was being sneaky, but underestimating how hard that Legion hits right now. She's going to be smacking at you with almost 300 damage a pop. Alright, Kunkka moving forward. Looks like he is going to be going in towards that Daedalus. Still sitting on brown boots, but probably going to pick up phase at this point. Now, Mr. Sheckles not going to be in range of the root. So Treant Protector busts an ult for pretty much nothing, and that's going to be Pudge just walking home, laughing all the way, going to be able to position himself very well for an initiation into the Radiant mid lane if that's what he's looking for. Looks like Radiant top lane is more where it's at, as Sven trying to get jumped on by our Panda, but little does he know there's going to be some more buddies coming for him. Panda's going to go in for the split, but now Lena moves in as well. Sven's still in some trouble. Wow, Legion Commander just raking in the dual damage. Down bottom does finish off the Nature's Prophet once again by himself. But we've got some more action coming in here. Secret Shop, the Radiant, they're conglomerating. They're looking for something. Joker's going to be getting very, very low. Does not have his God Strength. Does not have his War Cry for another 10 seconds. But he's going to get hooked forward by the Pudge. Blinks away. Storm Spirit, without his Bloodstone complete just yet, really can't afford to play with so much mana zipping all around the map. And now Dire get a chance to go huddle up under the shadow of their tier 2, and looks like that's going to be the end of the engage. Again, down bottom while that was happening, Legion Commander finds a solo pick on the Prophet right about over here. Legion Commander's got that Shadow Blade, and Prophet's got a little bit of an ego. So that sense of, you can't kill me, I'm the rat, coming back to bite him as he has died quite a bit this game. 4 deaths now. Things planning out just a little bit. We've got our Alchemist now. He's slowly working his way up on the net worth chart. He's trying his best. Going to be 4th now, but again, with such a prioritization on Greevil's Greed, it seems like he's just underwhelming, especially now. Still working on his Radiance. Still needs about 1,000 gold for his Radiance. It's not going to be really well timed. A 28-minute Radiance is sub-ideal, even on top of an Armlet Phase Boots for our Alch. Alright, so our Brewmaster now has a Hyperstone. Looks like he's going to build into a full Assault Cuirass again, with Vlad's being taken care of for him by the Nature's Prophet. No reason he can't go for those greedy items. And well, Sven, not even going to use that Quelling Blade, instead just blinking right out of there. There's going to be a root, but he's still God Strengthed up. He may still try to go on the aggressive against Seeker Blade. He's going to go sprout himself again, and we'll get a free pass out. Treant Protector just going to be invising himself, and Sven certainly doesn't have the tools to deal with that invis. Now Riffraff will end up going down bottom. Mr. Keckles is doing a fantastic job in this Pudge, just always being a nuisance, forcing Radiant to buy more vision. Now Half Mask going to be split off from his herd, going to try to find his way back to a nice grove of trees, and will be able to do so. And again, Sven left completely unable to deal with that invis. He just needs to grab an early gem, or travel with a support with a dust or something. Now duel under the tier 2 tower. Love Easy is having a fun time here on this Legion. 6 and 2, but already with 102 dual victories, dual damage, same difference. She's stomping. Has an MKB completed, so the mini bash going to be her friend now, and also has the Silver Edge to break passives. Dire, again, playing with a very clumped up play style, but it's working out for them now. They've put the kill score in their favor. Overall net worth is going to be just tipping in favor of the Dire now, and XP is going to be certainly in favor of the Dire. It was pretty much even for the whole game, and now, boom, it's just going to be about 15,000 going their way. Up top, looks like we're going to have a bit of a trade, as Seeker Bliet is perfectly content to rat out the top lane while the mid-tier 1 goes down on the Radiant side. Legion going to be TPing her way to mid lane just to try to go and clear out some push coming in through top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, Pudge looks like he is going for an Aghanim Scepter. His item progression's been a bit slow. For someone with 5 kills, it seems like he hasn't been spending a whole lot of time in lane, hasn't really been getting a whole lot of CS. 32 and 1 at 29 minutes in the game is a bit low even for a Pudge. So surprised right now even he's just not spending a little bit of time chopping at some jungle creeps, just going in, soaking up a couple lane creeps. Gold bounty would be good for him in the long run. Kunkka is going to be still working on his data list. Almost there, needs about 500 more gold, and he's going to be critting like a champ. That Tidebringer maxed out, doing a lot of work for him. So alright, till our next engage. I don't suppose there's any harm in speeding up just a little bit. There we go. Again, just moving things along. It's a long game, and the real interesting part of the game is going to happen towards the end. I took a peek at the scoreboard, and there's definitely some interesting scaling that happens, some interesting item pickups, so we'll see what the path is to get there. Now again, Pudge still working on it, almost as a second component of the Aghanim Scepter. Treant Protector going for an Axe of his own. Very close, in fact. Now we're going to have a little bit of a bait coming in, as this might not work out so well for the Radiant. There's going to be a nice root. Kunkka, he's getting low. TP in from the Nature's Prophet. There he goes. He's able to go ahead and finish off a nice kill. While Sven, thinking about reinitiating here, goes in, gets that War Cry, gets that God Strength stun, and look at the damage. They're going to lose their Nature's Prophet. Now the Alchemist in some serious trouble as well. The Storm Spirit comes in, and they are able to get the kill onto the Sven, but what? Wow. Lot of blood, lot of damage. All the core is going down there. That's going to be, overall, a positive gold fight for the Dire. Another duel coming in. Legion Commander gets hooked back by her buddy, but is able to finish the job. That is going to be the Brewmaster going down. They get the Treant as well. The only survivor is going to be the Storm Spirit. So even though the fight was only half over when we checked the fight recap, now it's even more in favor of the Dire side. That was a phenomenal pick for them. Legion Commander now sitting on 120 duel damage at 31 minutes in, and Aegis to her name as well. So she's having some fun. TP comes up from Riff Raff. This Alchemist has had a really difficult game, definitely not being that greedy position 1 carry that his team needs. He's just now picked up his Radiance 32 minutes in. He's got phase boots and an armlet, but that's not saving his life here. His net worth is about halfway down, not where you want to see your Alchemist right now. He's really suffering. If he can actually bring this back to where he's top of the net worth chart, I will be thoroughly surprised. Pudge now almost complete with his Ags. There is going to be an attempt to go in and just try to clear out the illusions again. Now with the gold bounty there, a little bit more higher prize. Boat comes in, just slides right on through. Alchemist channeling up an ult, but will not be able to get close enough to the Dire team to throw it out. So everyone just going to be sitting there. The Radiant, well, they're grouping around. They're clearing out the jungle, and they're just going to run headlong into the Dire team right now. We're having a team fight, so let's go ahead and slow this down to where it should be. That's going to be a nice easy kill on the Nature's Prophet. Sven, he's still God Strength up, just wants to go ahead and clear out these pandas. If he can actually catch up to the Brewmaster, they're going to go ahead and get the X marks the spot onto our little Wind Panda, and now with the Reformation, that is an immediate dead Brewmaster. Up here in the top, we still got Team Lannister going for the kill onto the Lena, and we'll be able to find it, but here we go. Pudge coming back in, the zip back on through. He does have his hook up in 1 second, easy hook, and that's going to be another zip away. Joker, he's got his Blink Dagger up in 10 seconds. Can the Storm Spirit actually sneak out of this one? Legion Commander with the Shadow Blade coming in with the duel, still on cooldown. They're probably going to be able to find this kill nonetheless. The duel, it's not going to be going through. There we go. Can they get Legion close enough to start the duel off? No, they're just going to take the kill when they can get it. Treant Protector is still sitting around. Surprised there's been no gem pickup yet. Would definitely be a value play for the Dire team. Just spiraling up the kills on that Treant Protector is going to be making a huge impact in net worth overall for both teams. Tier 1 towers now going down. Earlier on we saw Radiant have a much higher prioritization on taking out structures. Again, with the Nature's Prophet, they wanted to get as much done in the early game as possible. You can see now just doing what he can to clear back the wave. But our Nature's Prophet, although still doing very well in terms of net worth, seems like he's slowed down a little bit in terms of his ability to just get in there and rip apart structures. And now, with the Dire team getting their cores nice and fed, nice and beefy, they're able to rip apart these towers. There we go. Alchemist being dragged out of his comfort zone. Panda blinks in as well, and that is not going to be a good play for him. The Torrent latches, immediate double kill coming out for the Pudge. Now Joker moving in. He is God Strength. He's ready to fight. He's got his stun up back in 3 seconds. Lannister, he's got himself a Lincoln Sphere, but it can only do so much against all the single target damage being brought out by the Dire right now. He's going to zip himself away to freedom, but Dire are content with that. They're just going to have their Sven there, God Strength up, shoveling into these racks, and they will be able to secure at least half a lane, if not a full lane to themselves. Pudge going in. Look at the hook onto the Treant Protector. He's going to pop a root, but it's certainly not enough to stop the pain. That is 3 heroes dead on the Radiant team in their own base. Now Joker continuing to try to hit onto the racks. He's got himself a... he sold his Quelling Blade, and that will cost him his life. There's some flashbacks here to a certain pro player, but it's all good. Now, Kunkka trying to run away, but Lannister really doing a good job cleaning up the trash. And they're going to have Sika Bliat stuck in his own trees. Quick stun there from the Alchemist means Lannister's going to get a double kill. The Storm Spirit now starting to spiral back up, getting some more charges onto that Bloodstone, and looks like he is going to be going in for an Orchid after all. This one little range rack stays up, but the melee creeps are going to be super in the top lane on the side of the Dire now. Lena just flying on through. Looks like she has opted to go for a Shiva's Guard here, trying to get some of that slow. It's definitely going to be helpful, but I don't know. I feel like an Aghanim Scepter may have been the play here to get the most out of that nuke damage when you have heroes like an Alchemist and a Brewmaster that love just sitting back and regenning back up to full health. Legion Commander, after all is said and done, still 120 dual damage. She's got herself a BKB and MKB, Boots of Travel. She's really slotting up to be a huge carry, and she's now top of the charts. So you heard it here. Jungle Legion can be viable if you play her right and aren't an idiot. So again, things slowing down a little bit. After that last fight, you can see a little bit of an uptick in terms of net worth as they were able to kill off important heroes like the Kunkka and the Sven, but it's still looking a little bit grim. About 13,000 net worth in favor of the Dire. Overall XP still about 20,000 in their favor. So taking a look at levels, how's that looking? Legion Commander, at 37 minutes in, has already got her level 25. Let's take a look at what she's skilled up. She's got the plus 40 dual damage bonus now. And that is incredibly strong for a Legion that's already started to spiral. So now whenever she gets a dual victory, she is just going to start getting rapier tier damage, honestly. It is going to be a little bit gross. She does have to stay alive during these duels. And with heroes like the Storm Spirit starting to get their levels as well, he's now attacking pretty fast. He's pretty sustainable. He's got his plus mana regen, plus health, plus attack speed. So definitely a little bit going on here. Now, Nature's Prophet, again, playing really cocky as Lincoln Sphere is going to be broken, and he's going to be picked off. That was Alina Laguna that broke the Lincoln Sphere, but still worth it in the end if they can get the kill. And Mr. Cackles, he's 9-3-7. He's going to be level 21, and well, he's picked up the plus 50 gold a minute. It seems a little bit late in the game to go for that, but well, maybe he anticipates a game going late after all. Now, zip in from the Storm Spirit. He wants to go in the aggressive here. Will be able to get the kill onto the Kunkka. Now, self-stun onto the Alchemist. Love easy. Gonna back away here. Not wanting to risk any more lost precious duels. Our Sven now has a Daedalus. Gonna be picking up a BKB next. So, again, wanting more sustain in those team fights. Wanting to be able to just move in and get the job done and not have to worry about any incoming damage. Alright, Treant Protector now showing off his new Aghanim Scepter, really starting to prioritize plopping the wards around the neutral camps. So, gonna go for the old strategy of ward up all the enemy neutral camps, hit R, and rake in the money. Looks like Pudge is gonna go for a heart for himself, so 15 flesh heaps aren't enough. He wants more tankiness, more survivability. More ability to just be the damage sponge in all these fights and not be affected by it whatsoever. So Treant Protector just going to go farm up some neutrals while Legion takes on the Ancients. Look how easily she's able to clean that up with a Battle Fury now. Neat. Not a pretty typical Legion build, but if she's getting some work done with it, well, that's all good. She's going to go ahead and Shadow Blade herself up, and well, Treant Protector should be a little bit keen on that Silver Edge, but oh man, that poor little panda did not stand a chance. Now Team Lannister goes in trying to find an easy kill onto the Lena, but may not be the easy kill he anticipates. He's going to be zipping back all over the map, just grateful to get out alive, but does not get the kill on Lena. In fact, Lena's just going to go regen up. Treant Protector thinking about going in for an ult, but still has a 15-second cooldown on the Overgrowth, and there's a lot of punish once he reveals himself. Looks like he's going to go in, landing one stun onto the Legion Commander, and will most likely immediately die. Instead, they're going to be going trying to focus down the Lena. They will be able to do so. The Sven's already dead. There's going to be a BKB popped out by the Legion Commander. She wants to fight this. She's getting low. There's going to be a stun channeled up as well. Alchemist may end up going in, gets the stun, and that's going to be a kill going in favor of the Radiant. Huge kill on that. That's going to be almost 1,000 gold going to the Alchemist, bumping his net worth back up towards the top of the chart. Not going to be there yet, but look at the Radiant having a successful hold under their tier 2 tower. They do end up losing the structure, but they get everything they wanted out of that. The only survivor is the Pudge, who's just walking himself away after picking up that Reaver and saying, all right, you know what, we'll try a little bit harder next time not to give away free kills like that. Seems like Dire are feeling a little bit immortal, and that might end up costing them a huge advantage. Looking at the net worth, we're going to see a pretty sharp uptick in the upcoming minutes, maybe back up to 5,000 gold. Brewmaster still working on that AC, still a decent ways to go on that, but he's definitely making some progress. Treant Protector now, with a little bit of fun money in his pockets, might be able to start thinking about going for something like a Shiva's Guard, like a Yule's, maybe even an Abyssal if he really wants to get the most out of that bash. And I'm interested to see what he's going to be leveling at level 25. Does he want to go for the +5 Living Armor block instances, or what now? I like that they made him not have that just passive bash. Seemed a little bit strong there, so tweaking it to the -50-second respawn time, depending on how late this game goes, could definitely be a worthwhile endeavor. Again, we are at 41 minutes in, but there's no sign of this game slowing down anytime soon.
We'll take that.
Little Kunkka working on his second Daedalus, so sticking with the old tried and true build. He's now got no charges left on his drums, so just going to be sitting back, grabbing some nice hot stats from that. Surprised he hasn't put his Quelling Blade back into his inventory. Again, a little bit of a change to get used to with the whole backpack thing, making sure you're using that to the best of your ability. Now, Artificer here, he's going to be splitting up, and they're getting a fair amount of damage done to Joker. They got the range advantage on him. Sven, he's just going to be hexed up, stuck in the trees, will go down. Mr. Cackles, you can be tanky, but you can't withstand this much damage coming out from the Radiant team who've now started to get the groove back. You look at Nature's Prophet, he dipped a little bit, but he's now second on the net worth chart immediately following the Legion. Her lead has really gone down a lot, and let's see if it can end here. Can they overtake the Legion as #1 spot on the net worth chart? She's going to BKB herself, getting rid of that silence. They're going to bring in the Lena, who's going to go Light Strike Array, but Team Lannister not going to fall victim to that. He could move forward and try to reinitiate here, but looks like Love Easy will get let off with a warning this time. Kunkka just moving in. He's going to be trying to take a couple shots onto the Radiant Shrines now. Of course, as the mid tower did fall in that last major engage, it was an overall negative for the Dire's net worth. But if they can get the Shrines down, it means there's less TP points for the Radiant. It means they're less likely to be able to go and contest a Roche or group up as a team to go for an offensive smoke. It means they're going to be less sustainable after team fights. Team Lannister, you're going to be in some trouble here if you don't back up here. There's a very angry Legion commander that would sure love to go in on you. Has to pop that Lincoln Sphere, though. There's going to be the Light Strike Array. Can they pop the Lincolns? Looks like the duel is going to be the thing to pop the Lincolns. They didn't factor that one in. They really got to start focusing that down. It may even be worth it to commit a Laguna Blade to pop the Lincolns before going in for the duel. Alright, meanwhile, Nature's Prophet going in for the Rat is going to get hooked here as he just stood still, knowing there's a punch nearby, goes for the Hex, is able to sprout himself, maybe trying to go and TP himself back home, but really wants to focus on finishing his racks. Now he's ready to TP, he's going to be getting out alive, and well, can Team Lannister follow suit? Looks like the rest of the Dire are going to be rotating back to try to deal with him, but they aren't able to catch up to him in time, all except the Legion Commander, who is going to be dealing with the duration of that Silver Edge. Not going to be finding our Storm Spirit. So very nice, sneaky play. Nature's Prophet goes in, does a significant amount of damage to the racks, and gets out with his life. Alright, Sven almost done with that BKB. Just going to be waiting on a courier to deliver that recipe. There we go. So next fight, there's going to be lots of BKBs rolling. We've got Legion Commander, still with her 8-second BKB on the side of our Radiant. Are we looking at any BKBs? Well, it does not appear so. So they're just going to prioritize doing as much damage as they can and then skedaddling on out of there.
The seeds of fortune.
Over here, Legion Commander definitely looking for a free pick, but, well, her Silver Edge is about to expire. Can there be any punish for this? She's going to go in, but again, no detection. Absolutely the bane of their existence. They have the dust on the Tramp Protector now. He starts to panic, blinks into the Roche Pit, and will be able to sneak himself to victory. Looks like there is going to be some wraparound into the top lane. TP out from the Nature's Prophet right before they can get something done here. And again, there is going to be the attempt to go ahead and break the Lincolns. They are able to do so with the Yules this time. But well, rooting back, nice ult from the Tramp Protector, allowing everyone on the Radiant side to get back to their safety, except, of course, for the Tree himself. Lena, though, no more dust. There's no detection. Treant actually gets out of this one alive. Again, just due to the Dire not having a gem. At 45 minutes in the game, there's really no excuse for that. Dire, they're taking their time here. They really want to go and start pushing in aggressively, finish off this full lane of creeps, get the supers rolling through, but they've got to bide their time. Again, they learned their lesson in the mid that Radiant are still very capable of taking a fight here. They're going to go in. The racks are easily destroyed. The BKBs are rolling, but Team Lannister, he seems just absolutely unfazed by all of the absolute ferocity being brought by the Dire team. Now the Dire team, they're getting low. Love Easy wants to go in, wants to get the kill. We'll be able to do so. That's a double kill going the way of the Legion Commander. She's going to be healed up. Still BKB, but look at the Nature's Prophet. Oh, one more hit and she would have been dead. Team Lannister wants to jump forward. Can they actually finish off the Legion Commander? Moving in. Static Remnant should be able to do the trick to get the leap back, and that's going to be a dead Legion Commander. Storm Spirit loses his life as well, but this is a bloody fight all around and probably going to benefit the Radiant. At this point, getting the most out of that net worth advantage. They might be able to find the kill on Mr. Cackles as well, who's moving forward. No dismember for 6 more seconds, and a half mask is able to go get the invis. There's blinks all around, and there's going to be no ult available for our Treant Protector. The TP in, though, from Seeker Bliet. They've got the damage, they've got the Hex, they've got the Vision, and it looks like this could be enough to start cutting through the Pudge. He can turn, can go in for the Dismember now, but look, it's still coming in. He can't deal with this. And that's going to be a dominating streak up for Seeker Bliet. The only survivor is the Kunkka, sitting in the bottom jungle. What a great fight for the Radiant team. They do end up losing their second Rax, so that is going to be a full lane of super creeps in the top, but that's going to do wonderful things for their net worth. And now with the rest of the Dire team dead, there's no reason this can't happen. Team Lannister TPing in under Seeker Bliet's Treants, and they're just going to go through, get a lane of super creeps of their own. The Radiant are slowly pulling this back into their favor.
Gold for my chest.
Brewmaster now has his finished Assault Cuirass, but still definitely on the downward spiral. He's going to be at the very bottom of the net worth chart, but we've now got our Nature's Prophet significantly overtaking the Legion Commander and Storm Spirit not too far away as well. They're going to have to deal with the likes of the Kunkka, and now with Sven back in, Seeker Bliet might be left to his own devices, but look how much damage he's doing to the Sven right here. He's going to be hexed up, half health under his own tier 4 as Joker. He cannot afford to go down here. He's down for 85 seconds, no buyback. That's going to be 2 full sets of racks down in the mid lane as Storm Spirit and Nature's Prophet just buddy up and get shit done. Now they're going to be working on the Dire Shrines as well. Again, taking out a lot of control points here. A lot of points where they can TP in and go for aggressive smokes. It's no longer. So Treant Protector's been doing a really nice job. You look at all these trees illuminated on the map. You look across the river and there ain't a whole lot of anything. So Treant Protector could definitely be doing a better job of going into enemy territory and placing up those eyes in the forest, and that way when he ults to get farm from neutrals, he's not taking his own team's farm, rather the enemy team's farm. Just a little bit of efficiency that he could work on there. We've got Pudge now. Again, he's got his completed heart. He's going to be working on a pipe just to continue to get himself as tanky as possible, but we see even with maximum tankiness, he's got flesh heaps up the wazoo. He just can't sustain some of the damage being put out by Storm Spirit, by Nature's Prophet, and even by Alchemist now. He had a really tough early game. He's still not looking on top of the world here. Going for a heart instead of an Octarine is not exactly something I'd recommend, but, you know, if it helps him get the job done, it's all good. Mid lane, Lena going to get burned down by Team Lannister. This Storm Spirit starting to come into his own. He had a pretty nice laning phase. Mid-game seemed like he had a minimal impact, but now that he's got his Bloodstone, stacked it back up to 15 charges after it dwindled down pretty low for a while. He's got himself a Shiva's Guard. He's got himself the Orchid that he finished nice and early. He's really having a fun time, and of course the Boots of Travels are so crucial when you've got a Nature's Prophet who's doing his best to rat out these lanes and keep them pushed in. Prophet himself getting a lot of work done with that Scythe of Vice. He's got a Lincoln Sphere of his own and can level up that Maelstrom into a full Mjolnir anytime now. He's got almost 7,000 gold for himself. All the Dire team now trying to chase down this pesky panda. Walking his way through the map, and Hook going to be slightly off the mark. He's going to go blink, not going to find himself the bounty rune. Legion Commander doing a best to chase after him. Team Lannister, though, has the Aegis. This Storm Spirit's going to be very, very difficult to lock down, and the Dire, they're still continuing this chase. Oh, almost getting the hook there on the panda, but he was able to blink away at the last second, so all the Radiant escaping unscathed, and now Nature's Prophet going to be going in doing some Prophet things. There is going to be the Legion showing herself, so she might be able to get a kill onto Seeker Bliet if he overstays his welcome here. He doesn't have a blink, he doesn't have a Shadow Blade, so he's really just relying on some movement speed to get him out of a sticky situation. And speaking of movement speed, he is really chugging along because he does not have boots. He's opted to just say, fuck boots. I don't need them. I need damage. The Lincoln Sphere may save his life a couple of times, but is it really worth not having Boots of Travels? Don't know. He can just go ahead and teleport himself anywhere, but if he gets dueled or if he gets shut down, he could be stuck. Legion Commander continuing to try to build up. Looks like she is going to be going for our Ayaskati. Not going to be too far off. She's already got her first ultimate orb. Again, in the point of efficiency, just put the ultimate orb in your inventory, not in your backpack. Oh, there we go. She got a gem. That's worth it. I'll shut up. She was right. So she's going to be able to go and finally find that very, very annoying Treant Protector, who has now moved to the dire side of the map to put down some eyes in the forest. Here we go, initiation onto the Kunkka. Kunkka's a pretty hard hitter now with 1.5 Daedalus, but easily clubbed down by Team Lannister. And over here we are going to have Lena picked off once again by our Nature's Prophet. He's got no shoes, but he's got a heart of gold here. He's got some soul, and he's able to go and get as many kills as possible. Now Joker, feeling scared for himself. A Sven, an hour into the game, should not be playing this scared. Each commander moving forward is going to go ahead and break the Storm Spirit, but he is still able to zip away. Just going to be popping out that Shiva's Guard. Goes in with the silence, actually looking to turn things aggressively. There's a BKB popped out. Team Lannister taking a lot of damage. Again, does still have the Aegis of the Immortal, so things might not be the worst. If he does get dueled, you just want to avoid feeding Legion all those duels. Again, because she does have so much extra damage, and she's got that plus 40 duel damage bonus. Hasn't really been able to find any duels since picking that up, but I got faith. As soon as the Radiant actually start to push high ground, she can find a couple nice pickings. Especially now with her Gem of True Sight, she'll be able to find the Treant Protector if he's lurking around. Alright, overall net worth going to be back in the Radiant's favor for the first time in a long time, since about the 20-minute mark. It's now 10,000 in favor of the Radiant, as they have had more free reign in the last couple of minutes. XP overall still in favor of the Dire, though. Legion Commander lurking around, looking to find the Treant Protector. Might be going in for a nice easy kill on the Brewmaster instead. Tree's going to be going in. Will end up trying to latch the root on him. But not going to be in time to save the Brewmaster, even with the living armor. Just an easy kill now. Team Lannister goes in, secures a nice pick onto the Pudge, who's going to immediately buy back. So Pudge is not going to give up without a fight here, but that's a lot of gold gone for him. Now he's not going to have that buyback for another long while, so they can finish off the Pudge a second time here. That is going to be super worthwhile for the Radiant, continuing to push their net worth advantage up into the green. Kunkka now has his 2 complete Daedaluses. Is he going for a third with that Chrysalis? We'll see. He's going to be finishing an Assault Cuirass first. However, there is going to be a hook back in onto Riffraff. The Alchemist is most likely going to be going down here. A nice root connecting onto all of them. Look at the Nature's Prophet all bouncing around the Treant. He's putting in the hours. Very nice work there with his ultimate. Legion Commander should be able to go finish off the kill on the Alchemist, but no. Alchemist is going to turn things around with the Unstable Concoction. He's going to be able to find a little bit of advantage. Does still end up going down. Legion Commander going to get stunned at almost no health. Team Lannister getting the most out of that Lincoln Sphere, and look at that. The ground pound from the Panda kills off the Legion. He takes the gem for himself. There's going to be a hook out from the Sven, but they get him with that Storm Spirit pull. Now it's going to be Joker trying to rip apart Team Lannister, but this Storm Spirit is just too slippery. 3 dead on the side of the Radiant, but they get exactly what they need on the side of the Dire. They get the Legion Commander down, they get the Pudge down, they force buybacks, the Lena's still sitting in the grave, and the Storm Spirit's having the time of his life. Doesn't even need to use the Aegis, which is going to expire sooner rather than later.
Invisibility.
Need a little bit of water. Alright, up here in the top lane, we're going to see a sneaky sneak pulled out by our Storm Spirit. Again, his Aegis is going to be recracking right about now, so he doesn't have that second life to rely on. If Kunkka gets a Holy Tidebringer, could be in some trouble, but nope, going to have no chance to react to that with the Orchid, with the pull, and now 19 Bloodstone charges. He is an absolute machine.
Middle tower is under attack.
We've got Legion walking around. She did get a successful duel in that last fight, so she's now got 236 duel damage. We're going to have a pause waiting for our Nature's Prophet to go ahead and reconnect. Should hopefully be pretty quick. Probably just, yeah, potty break or something along those lines. Let's skip ahead until there he goes. All right. So now, again, Legion's still worming our way through the woods. The courier was killed off. It was flying towards the secret shop when there was that kill on the Kunkka. And now Team Lannister going in very aggressively here. This may be a little bit too aggressive. The Shrine will be focused down on Legion. Gets what she came for. Will try to back off. The gem is not going to be on the Storm Spirit, so she cannot reveal, or cannot get revealed. Dire now grouping up. Again, 56 minutes into the game. Things are getting tight. The Radiant have brought things back from what looked like an unwinnable swing. The Storm Spirit got his momentum. The Alchemist, he's still chugging along. He's going to be third on the net worth chart. Definitely not the game winner here, but he's starting to really contribute to these team fights. He's starting to be sustainable enough, starting to live through these initial bursts, and with the Radiance, with the Manta, just bringing in a little bit more overall damage. So good work from him. He's stacking up. Our Nature's Prophet still sitting pretty. Still does need shoes. That nice little 295 movement speed carrying him all the way to the end of this game. He's got himself an Aghanim Scepter though, so he can make big-ass treants. He's putting his Midas in the bank. Could still get a little bit of use out of that. Just going to swap it in and out of his backpack every once in a while. So, again, for efficiency's sake, should be doing that now. Just swapping it in for the Ags or whatever. But he's not going to be creating trees or ulting just to make sure he continues to get the plus gold out of that. Dire seems like they're scrambling a little bit. The Sven has opted to pick up a Satanic. So again, survivability in these team fights is now at an absolute premium. Just making sure you live through this. Kunkka, with those 2.5 Daedalus, can now just cut through a creep wave with one shot at the Tidebringer. Feels good. So again, overall things planning out. Our Legion Commander, she's still sitting on all her items, does have that completed Eye of Scotty. She was just able to grab that. Her buyback, though, is still going to be on cooldown. Again, very expensive buybacks last time. We only have a couple of buybacks on the Radiant side. All of the Dire do not have buyback available. So it's now Radiant's time to push, get what they need to out of this. Roshan, going to be hopefully not too long of a respawn. We'll see in just about 10 seconds if it's going to be a longie or a shorty. Looks like it will be a very, very quick Roche respawn time. That is one of the quickest it can be. So Dire, they're actually going to be TPing down to the bottom lane, trying to prevent against any sort of push coming in from the Prophet, but that does open up the Roche pit to the Radiant if they want to get in there. And speaking of Radiant, we're going to have Pudge going in, trying to get the most out of what's going down here in the jungle, but without vision. Again, really difficult to get this done. And look at this, the Daedalus, or rather the Desolator, doing some work onto Mr. Keckles. He's got 19 flesh heaps. He's got a Heart of Tarask. He's got a pipe, but he can't deal with the Sven comes in, though. Looking to tear apart Seekabliat and might be able to do so. Look at that cleave coming in. One more shot, but Pudge actually hooks back the Sven, preventing the kill on the Nature's Prophet. And now there is going to be the ult from the Treant Protector holding the Sven in place. Meanwhile, we are going to end up losing the Nature's Prophet after all. In the jungle, we're going to have Lincoln's being popped. Team Lannister now has to run for his life. He knows he does not want to get dueled in this situation. Pudge moving forward, looking for a nice little hook setup. But I think Team Lannister might be far enough away to ensure his safety. There's going to be the refresher now on the Treant Protector that we saw debut just there. Where did our gem end up? It was picked up by the Radiant at one point. Who's sitting on our nice gem? Looks like it may just be sitting in sitting in the fountain. Dire, though, they're content after winning this fight, after getting the Nature's Prophet into the fountain. They would sure love to go in and end this. Hook, not going to connect onto our Treant Protector. Boat comes in. Not going to do a whole lot there. Kunkka just asserting his dominance. The wave cleaned up, and now they would love to go in onto this tree. And it looks like he revealed himself one too many times. He's going to be going in. Storm Spirit casts out that Shiva's guard, but not really able to add a whole lot to that. Kunkka now with this completed Assault Cuirass. Mid lane looks like that's where it's going to be going down. Yule's up onto the Panda, going to get dueled down by the Legion Commander. Again, she's got such a huge gold damage bonus if she gets this, and now she's got 294 duel damage. Team Lannister skirting away for his life, and now Riff Raff in some trouble, gets stunned up. Even the Chemical Rage cannot keep him healthy during all of this. Now Treant Protector getting low as well, sitting behind these trees after a buyback. Everyone's buying back if they've got it. This might be the end here. Alchemist stun comes in. Joker getting low. He looks to be using that Satanic to try to fight his way up, but when he's stunned, he can't do anything about this. He's pulled in. He's killed off this fence down without buyback. Legion going to be silenced as well. Can they keep eyes on her? They've got it. Half Mask got a double kill there, and that Legion's down for 120 seconds. No buyback. Team Lannister in a tricky situation, but they might be able to get this kill on the Pudge, and it looks like they are able to do so an hour into the game. It looked like the Radiant was all but done, and then finally they bring it back in another huge near team wipe. There's going to be immediate TPs up into the top lane to try to get this done. Nature's Prophet bringing in his crew, and they're going to be going straight for the tier 4s. Lena left by her lonesome to defend this, as Kunkka's just still waddling his way up from the mid lane. He can go in, he can cast a boat. Riffraff, again, bought back, so cannot afford a dieback from this. He's going to get stunned up. He's got a stun to cast out on himself. They go for the Kunkka. Are they able to actually get him down? Can they kill him off? He's going to be hexed. He's going to be getting low, but Team Lannister low as well. He's zipping around. They get the kill onto the Kunkka, but now Team Lannister running for his life. Riffraff, this could be a dieback onto the Alchemist. He's going to be getting super, super low. They're going to be TPing in the Panda. He's coming in. He's going to be splitting off, and they've got the Pudge now split off onto his own devices. He's going to be dragged back in. He's going to be snuggled up by that Tram Protector ult. He's getting down to about half health. He's going to be silenced. He's stuck with his rot on, but Team Lannister, he gets low and he's stuck. He's broken. He's killed off. That's going to be 900 gold going the way of Mr. Keckles. And Legion Commander is going to be sitting pretty now. She's going to be back up, respawned, able to clear out this wave with her Battle Fury. And that's going to be nice, as Sven is still not able to come back in, does not have buyback, even with his 4 points in cleave. This is still going to be tricky to clean out 2 lanes of super creeps now. Duel immediately onto the Alchemist. Legion Commander doing so much damage now. It's ambitious to go. I don't think that she's got the duration to finish him off. Does get the kill, but doesn't get the duel win. In fact, picking up a double kill as, well, our Brewmaster tries real hard, but he's only got 13,000 total net worth. Compare that to the Legion's 30,000, and you really can't do a whole lot against her. She's got so much damage. She's got so much mobility now, so pretty tricky to try to blink it on top of her and stop her from dueling. Overall net worth is just going to be taking an overall nosedive and then right back up, as there was that wipe for the Radiant team. And now XP, it's going to be crawling its way back towards even, as everyone starting to get very, very close towards 25. Our one little straggler there is going to be our Brewmaster, who's still sitting at 23. Storm Spirit moving forward, wants to give it onto the Legion. Very ambitious for him. Does still have that Lincolns to protect him against the duel, but he's going to play a little bit safer. Taking a look at everyone's talent tree going down. A Pudge, he's picked himself up the ultra tanky build. He's got now Flesh Heaps doing a maximum amount of work to keep him tanky, to give him that strength. Oh, here we go. Joker and the God Strength just melting apart this tower. They are still able to get it done through the root. Now Team Lannister going in, pulling in everything around him. And now Lena getting super, super low. The split from the Brewmaster. Team Lannister moving back in. Is going to get focused down. Will go down here. The Lena is so low. One more hit will finish her off. But look at this Treant just getting so low. Gets dueled. That's going to be a triple kill for the Sven. Another victory for the Legion Commander. Now 350 tool duel damage. They cannot afford to let her get this big. She's hitting for Rapier tier damage every single swing now. She hits for 732 a pop. Rack's going to be going down. We are very close to Mega Creeps coming in here. Team Lannister forced to focus down a Pudge. He's doing his best, but is it really enough? There we go with the Nature's Prophet contributing the damage. It might be enough to focus down the Keckles. Love Easy coming in. Looks like the Ancient is going to be exposed very, very shortly, but Love Easy taking some serious damage. Sika Bliette will end up going down. Can they get the kill on the Legion? They are able to do so. That's going to be a huge streak ended. That's going to be almost 700 gold going towards the Storm Spirit. He's spiraling out of control. They're able to get the stun onto the Sven. They bring in the Mantle. The Alchemist is able to do some work. They get Joker down. Again, only the Kunkka left surviving. This is the second time that Kunkka has been the lone survivor. Will he actually get out here? Kunkka picked the huge-ass Torrent as his level 25 skill. Is going to be popping into the Blade Mail, so Team Lannister has to watch himself now. And now Alchemist, he's the one that can tank through this. They get the kill. It's a full team wipe. Team Lannister will escape with his life. That is phenomenal for the Radiant, but they're going against Mega Creeps now. It's now or never. They've either got to push in, get the tier 4s down, get the Ancient now, or it only gets harder for them as they move forward. Again, they don't have the creep clearing abilities that the Dire does. They don't have a Legion Commander with Battle Fury. They don't have Sven with Max Cleave. This is going to get really tricky for them. We see it's taken them a couple of seconds for each wave, which is not something they can afford when all lanes are pushing out. Alright, TP's in. The Radiant have reached the Dire base. Joker going to be the only one left to defend this. Can they actually get it done? They're focusing on the shrines here. Joker going to get zipped in. There's going to be the stun coming out from the Alchemist. They're doing what they can. They got him silenced up. He's going to be BKB'd though, looking to focus down Team Lannister. He pops into his God Strength. He's able to get 2 down. Can he go for more here? Lena's back up, pops the Dragon Flame, and there's going to be the stun. Light Strike going onto the Alchemist. It's getting real here. Dire are making a comeback. Team Lannister going to be one of the lone survivors in the base. He's zipping away. Will not get Light Struck down. Joker has to walk back. He cannot afford to go down. That would be a dieback, and he just does not have the gold to sit back and watch himself keep dying. Meanwhile, the Creeps, they're going to be pushing into the Radiant base, and the Radiant, they've only got the Nature's Prophet and the Storm Spirit to take care of that. It's getting real. Storm Spirit TP's back. This tier 4 tower is still about half health. Similar story on the Radiant side of the map. The difference is the mega creeps. If Radiant can go secure this lane of racks, they'll be back to even, but it's getting really tight now. Seekably at it, maybe down to a YOLO play, just TPing into the Dire base and going for it, but we'll have to see. Overall net worth going to be touching that 0 line very shortly after a phenomenal comeback from the Radiant. The Dire doing everything they can to keep the momentum going, but can you compete with heroes like these? Treant doing what he can to slow down the push of the mega creeps. Even a full duration ult is not enough to get one wave of creeps down. Legion's sitting back. She's going to be doing whatever she can here. She's picked up a full Mjolnir. Just trying to get as many damage procs as possible, especially sitting in the acid spray with Nature's Prophet ult bouncing around. Roshan is going to be back up. This is going to be Rosh number 3, so Aegis and Cheese, and it looks like it will be claimed by the Dire. Alright, look at that thing. This Rosh can't even land a hit. He's just getting stunned up and bashed up too many times. So it looks like Joker, the Sven, will pick up the Aegis. Definitely a good choice as he can just man up with that God Strength. Now the Satanic as well, the Heart. So he is a big, beefy Sven. He's hitting hard, 438. The Legion's still hitting for over 700 a pop. But we'll see what's really going to be going down here. Movement into the top lane. Treant, again, the vision is phenomenal here. Surprised Dire hasn't opted to pick up another gem. Definitely could be something that could get a lot of use out of as the eyes in the forest. I mean, just look at the mini-map. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. The whole map looks like there's toxic goo spilled over it. Treant is just absolutely keeping the vision rolling for his team. There's Nature's Prophet, though, going in, trying to get that back door. They've got the creeps. They're going to be TPing in the Storm Spirit as well. Oh, can they do this? It's going to come down to it. They're barely taking any damage off of this tier 4. Meanwhile, the rest of the Radiant team, they're struggling to keep up with this damage. Joker, again, he's got an Aegis. Legion Commander moving forward. She's got herself a duel. Can they go forward with this? She's going to be BKB'd up. Not stuck down by that Treant Protector. Oh, but Legion actually goes in and gives the duel to Alchemist. He's now got 58 damage to his name. But there we go. That's going to be Sven doing what he can with the Satanic. His Aegis is going to be popped. Now he doesn't have BKB. He doesn't have Satanic. When he respawns, he's going to try to blink himself away. Gets wadded in by the lane of creeps. And now he's going to be stuck here. If they get the Sven, it could be all over. He lands a double man stun. He's going to pop into a blade mill. Is it going to be enough here? Sven, he's getting low. He goes down. There's no buyback. They're going to be moving in. The Legion Commander, though, she's moving herself forward. She's got herself a ton of damage. Look how quickly she cuts apart Riffraff. One more hit, and it would have been sufficient, but she's going to stay back and try to get the creeps down and now walk herself back to freedom. She's got a Silver Edge if she wants to get out scot-free. Meanwhile, you got Lena just sitting back, trying to prevent any more back doors like that, because that's something that Nature's Prophet can do when he respawns in about a minute. This tower is still getting healed back up to full health. The Treant getting the most out of his living armor, but it can only do so much. When you cut a full health Legion Commander smacking away at that thing, that tower is going to absolutely melt. Alchemist now, he's moving in. Buybacks are very few and far between. Radiant have got some of the Dire. It's fewer so. The Kunkka's going to be popping in a boat. It's going to be dealing with the Alchemist Illusion Center. It's going to be a dual victory. Legion Commander, they're hitting for over 410 bonus dual damage. Artificer cannot do anything about this. Doesn't have his Primal Split, but look how low the Legion's getting. One more tower shot, and she's down. 119 seconds with no Legion. Oh, this is getting gross here. The Kunkka goes down as well. They're looking for the kill onto the Lena. She's fast. She eats up the cheese. Can they follow her here? Team Lannister is running low on mana and does not get her with his pull. He's just got to back up here. Only 10 charges in the Bloodstone. A lot less proficient than the, like 18, 19 charges we saw earlier in the game. This is going to be a very, very bloody battle till the end. Both teams left with only one tier 4 tower in their Ancient. Again, the difference is Radiant would really like to get this lane of racks to make it megas on megas, because right now they are having some trouble dealing with the mega creeps constantly pushing in. Overall net worth now tipping back into the Dire's favor. But for how long? XP, again, continuing to move right up back towards even. Seems like everyone has hit their level 25. Let's take a look at some of the skill trees coming out. Alchemist now has oh. Nature's Prophet got greedy. And what? Nature's Prophet? What did you do? Alright, so Nature's Prophet bought a rapier and then TP'd into their fountain and died. Looks like the rapier is going to be saved for Legion when she respawns. There's no way it's not noticed. GG called out as Seekabliet realizes the error of his ways. Full disclosure, I was playing a pub as Weaver the other day and bought a rapier because we were like super close to winning. The Ancient was about half health. I was on the Radiant side. I just crawled up. I was like, all right, let's get a rapier to make the end screen look good. And then immediately fed it. I walked into all 5 of them. They immediately killed me and we lost the game. So I feel this. I feel what the Nature's Prophet's at. He's not in a good spot right now. A little bit surprised that the Pudge took the rapier for himself, depending on what level of teamwork is going on. I would have expected them to wait for the Legion to respawn and go in with that, or the Sven, considering that he does have hearts and satanics and sustainability items. But I guess right-click Pudge is a thing too. Our Pudge is now hitting for 660 a shot. Legion, still not a whole lot of item progress since her last time. She spent most of that money on buybacks, just making sure that she is able to get into the fights when necessary. So now we got Rapier on the side of the Dire. It was picked up by the Nature's Prophet, so he's salty. He's now respawned. He's going to keep his head in the game. If they can focus down the Pudge and get the Rapier off him, it is going to be a phenomenal game for the Radiant to come back from. But that is a tall order now. Pudge sitting on 7,775 HP. Not to mention 12 armor. Not a significant amount of armor, but he's got flesh heaps for days. So Pudge now with 2 hearts and a rapier, going to be throwing in some blind hooks. Just trying to see if he can get anything done, but of course Treant Protector keeping everyone at bay. He's got great vision of everything that's going on. So no one's really going to get too surprised by this Legion moving forward. Again, she's hitting hard. Team Lannister trying to figure out what to do against this. Does have the Bloodthorn here. We're going to have some initiation from Joker. Wants to go in onto the tier 4 tower. He doesn't want to fuck around anymore. Alchemist gets self-stunned. There's going to be the Brewmaster coming in. Pops the Blade Mail. It's going to go into the Primal Split. Joker getting focused down low. The tower, though, it's going out. The Living Armor keeps the tower alive, and they're focusing down the Legion as well as the Sven. They're both dead without buyback, and they're moving in. They want to get the Pudge down. They're focusing the Lena here. Storm Spirit able to take care of that one on his own, but they do get the Wind Panda to take care of Pudge. Now Pudge is going to be solo focused. He tries to blink himself away. He's got 2 hearts. He's got a rapier. Can they get him down before he escapes? Looks like he's going to be smashed down. Got the ground pound coming in from Artificer. This could be a stun contributed from the Alchemist. And now everyone just right-clicking him down very, very slowly. The Abyssal Blade dropped as well. Team Lannister brings the damage. They've got the Shiva's Guard. And the Pudge will fall. The rapier is on the ground. Who's going to claim it for the side of the Radiant? Do they give it back to Nature's Prophet, the rightful owner? Or can Storm Spirit take a turn with it? Looks like Alchemist will grab it up for himself, moves the Manta away, and now Alchemist just has to make sure not to die. Again, tall order as he is 11 and 12, but I think this might be it. I think this might be time for the Radiant to finally assert their dominance. Nature's Prophet not going to be up for 45 more seconds, so they can't TP into the base, but they can definitely just claw their way up the mid lane. Alright, Elk. Can you do it, big guy? Can you keep the rapier? Can you hold on to it? You're now 74 minutes into the game. Again, one more throw from the Radiant could absolutely mean GG. One more good fight from the Dire. One more good fight from the Radiant. It's all down to it right now. XP now back at even as everyone is level 25. Storm Spirit moves forward, not sparing any time, going straight in for this tier 4. Nice torrent connects onto 3. This poor Panda is dragged away from his buddies, gets the split off just barely in time. And now they're going to be moving forward. Light Strike Array doesn't do a whole lot to the Pandas as most of them are magic meter now. It's just our Wind Panda, or our Earth Panda left, sorry. And he's just going to be scrambling, occupying all of the Dire team. That is something to note, that all 5 Dire heroes spent their time doing that. And Radiant haven't prioritized going for this lane of Rax. I feel like that would make things a little bit more even, but it's crunch time now. 75 minutes in, both teams just seconds away from losing their Ancient if there's an uncontested push.
Gold for my chest.
Everyone pretty much capped out on what they can do here. Sven puts his boots in his backpack because he just cannot afford to miss out on any of these lovely items. Top lane pushing in nicely. We've got Legion Commander still trying to go and worm her way through the jungle. 2,300 gold for her, but not quite sure what she's working towards. 410 dual damage victories are definitely going to work in her favor. I feel like she should be with her team, ready to initiate there. tower really getting low. Treant Protector's been working his little booty off trying to keep that thing living armored constantly, but there's only so much you can do, man. He has opted to get the minus 50-second respawn time rather than the living armored damage blocks, so that tower is going to be a little bit more susceptible to creep push. We'll see what's going to be going on here as Team Lannister, he's ready to go back in. He wants to have this all happen. Dire, though, they're very patient, and I like the choice to keep their Kunkka stationed in the base, making sure that our Nature's Prophet is not going to get too cheeky with it, as we know he has tried to in the past. Hook coming in, not going to connect onto the Storm Spirit. Treant Protector getting the most out of those few trees left in his base. Now here we go through the bottom lane. Love easy cleaning up the creep wave, but doesn't want to pressure in just yet. Lina has a moon shard. The hook does connect onto Team Lannister, but he is able to go worm his way back up to the high ground, and of course has the Lincoln Sphere. So Pudge's Dismember wouldn't have done a whole lot anyway. Lina could have gone and tried to pop it with Yule's Scepter, but of course a lot of buttons to hit, a lot of teamwork needed in order just to get that Storm Spirit to sit still for Dismember. Very tense moment here as, once again, God Strength BKB out for our Sven, but there is going to be a nice Treant Protector ult, and everyone's now being held in place. Everyone's rooted, and look, they're able to clean up this Legion so easily. The Kunkka falling as well, and this is getting real now. Joker not able to sustain anything. It's exposed Ancient, but everyone on the Dire side is falling. They can't get their heroes close enough to do damage. Lina going to be taken up by the Wind Panda while Pudge is going to get focused down. Treant Protector ready to bop Lina right on the skull. She's stuck in this drought, but not going to be an issue. It's a full team wipe. There are 3 buybacks on the side of the Dire. Nature's Prophet, he's going in. He's not wasting any time. Gets straight back in, and there's going to be that Boots of Travel level 2 TP coming in from the Storm Spirit. This tower slowly being taken out. Buyback from Joker goes in. Procs the Lincoln Sphere onto the Storm Spirit, but they're going to get the Hex. They're going to get the Chiefest Guard off. They get the Sprout as well. This Sven is now stuck. He's dragged out of the Sprout, but do they have the damage? That's a dieback right in. Love easy coming forward. Wants to get the duel off. Will be able to do so. That's going to be some more damage going her way. 468 now to her name, but Sika Bliat, can he actually survive through this? Is going to ult to try to get himself a little bit of health from the Octarine Core. One more hit would have been enough, but Love Easy does not have a Quelling Blade. Oh no! Oh my goodness. This frickin' game of Dota 2, I say. Unfortunately, the Radiant were not able to do a whole lot against the tier 4 towers. The backdoor protection is still keeping it nice and meaty. You got your Brewmaster sitting on the bottom of the net worth chart, just clogging around, trying to get something done, just trying to clear out the lanes. There's going to be a Radiant push coming through. They figure, you know, screw the Ancient. If the top and bottom lanes push, we'll deal with it. But we've got to go up mid. We've got to try our best, bring the creeps with us, and just try to get this done. Because, again, Sven's dead for another minute, and they know he doesn't have buyback because he just bought in. Alright, Alchemist again, still holding onto the Divine Rapier, trying to get in towards this tower. Is going to get lifted up by the Torrent here. This could be a dangerous moment to strike, but the tower is going to be going down. Love Easy immediately trying to initiate here, but the Radiance Burn might just be too much. GG well played, called out by the Storm Spirit. Is it going to be too premature for that? We've seen some crazy turnarounds here. That's going to be Leech Commander getting low. Alchemist is able to do the damage necessary. The Ancient's going to be focused down now. It's getting low, but Radiant, they're getting distracted. They want to go for kills. Focus the Ancient! Storm Spirit, hit the Ancient! And there's going to be, finally, the end of the game as Treant Protector procs another nice ult with everyone held in place while the Alchemist and the Storm are able to finish it off. So what a beautiful game. What an absolute mess of a game. In the end, it was the Radiant that held the net worth advantage, but look at the turnarounds that came in. What a fantastic performance from both sides. The Rapier definitely keeping things interesting, but I think it all came down to some MVPs here. Treant Protector with a really nice job on the Eyes in the Forest, got that nice early Ags. Again, couldn't have anticipated the game going this long to get to use it this many times, but still good job nonetheless. The Storm Spirit did not get demoralized after a pretty tricky early game, but instead started to ball out of control. He really defined the 40 to 60 minute mark in terms of his ganks, his growth as a hero, and then the Nature's Prophet, of course, being able to TP into the base made the ending all possible. So very well played by the Radiant team. Dire did a great job scaling up as well. The Legion, the Jungle Legion, one of the best I've seen, but unfortunately the team was not able to go and finish off the Ancient before the Radiant did. So that's how Dota 2 works. This has been another one of AnneeDroid's replay casts, so hopefully you've enjoyed. Feel free to leave any feedback in the comments section or send it to me personally. Would love to hear it. I'm coming back from a bit of a break from casting, so need to shake off the rust a little bit. If you'd like your own replay cast, feel free to go to moonducktv/replaycast and select either me or one of your other favorite casters and just purchase a cast from them. I believe it's $25 per cast, so pretty solid value when you got an hour and a half game like we just had. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.